Okay, Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Salah, inshallah, you can hear me. All right, so we're gonna go over real quick the basic lettering layout. I'm still recovering from this little cold that I have, so pardon my voice. So we're gonna go basic lettering layout and squirrel quill. Okay. So let's just get straight to it, inshallah. Okay. Whatever I do with the airbrush, you're gonna have to just substitute it with the chalk and a wet paper towel, not paper towel, but a wet towel, so you could wipe the chalk and retrace it, redo it, inshallah. But the airbrush is a lot faster, so I'm gonna go with the airbrush for this tutorial, inshallah. Okay. Just for the record, when I was using chalk, I preferred the sidewalk chalk as opposed to the chalkboard chalk. The sidewalk chalk was a little softer, and it didn't have those little hard pieces that scrape the surface on many of the chalkboard chalks. Okay, so if you're gonna have to, if you're gonna be using chalk, I would recommend that you try to get some sidewalk chalk. Inshallah, Crayola sidewalk chalk is really good. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a basic box. Okay, just a box. All letters, for the most part, can be constructed from this basic box. Okay, I'm gonna erase this line so you don't get confused. Now, generally, what I do is, let's say, split it. How we want to do this? Now it's an issue of trying to explain it. Let's start with a letter B, right? The B, I split these boxes up into 3 parts for the most part, okay? 3 parts, okay? And then one up top and one on the bottom that's slightly thinner, okay? 1, 2, 3, then up top, then on the bottom. We're gonna get a letter B out of this, okay? Curve it around here, okay? Curve it around here. The curvature slightly protrudes from the box once in a while, but that's all right, okay? Then you're gonna come around here. Okay. See how it's sticking within those lines? There you go. This is a basic impact lettering font. And the majority of your lettering, especially when you're doing big lettering, usually falls into a category of impact. You know, sometimes they'll get a little fancy, they'll throw a little protrusion off the top here, off the bottom here, you know, but they're all, the basic foundation is impact. Okay, so now let's clean up the lines. I have to thin this paint down real quick, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up. Make sure I don't have these wires everywhere. Just so you can have a basic idea of how it looks on the cleanup. Okay. And from here, you can just make it as fancy as you want. There we go. So remember, you're starting with the box. Yeah, I just want you to see how it looks. So you just clean it up. Yeah. Then what you do with it from there is on you. You know, if you want to make a bevel, you go do a bevel. Let's say, for example, this is a bevel. We'll clean it up some more at the end. And we're just doing it real quick just for a quick tutorial. It's real time, I'm not speeding it up because I really want you to see the possibilities with this. Little back load here. What I'll do is I'll come in and clean it up. Just so you can get a quick idea of the possibilities. You can get it real fancy, to be honest with you. I mean, I could really type this thing out, but this is just so you can get a basic idea of what that little box can produce from letters. This is just one letter. Okay, so now let's do a couple other letters. Let's see what we could do from here. It's hard to walk away. See, then I want to put like a little logo on it, background. Okay, stop. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's do 3 letters. Okay. We'll do a line here. All right. What I do is I usually measure the space that has to be lettered, and I'll count out how many letters are in the word. Let's say, for example, cat. Right. And then I'll divide the amount of letters by the amount of inches, and that'll let me know how many inches each letter has to be. But in this scenario, we'll just center first, build out from the center letter. Okay. Okay, follow me here. You gotta take into consideration spacing. Okay. It's gonna be real sloppy, so you'll clean it up a bit. Okay. And again, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I want to do a curve. We're only one box at a time. Okay. Then I'm gonna do the curvature of the C. Okay. So let's see for the curve. And I'm gonna follow this. Remember, we have that line up top and line at the bottom. Okay. Curve it around. Again. Curve it around. Right there. Right there. Okay. Just tighten it up. And remember, every letter is slightly protrude outside of the box, but very slight, not much. Okay. There you have it. Okay, now the A is a little bit more difficult because now with the A, I usually start with the top line up here. Okay. Keeping in mind you still have your 3s. Okay. Still have your 3s. Alright. After a while, you don't even have to draw the 3s. You're gonna know to naturally put them mentally in there. Okay. But I'll usually start with the center piece. Then from the corner, I'll go up to one corner here. Okay. See that? That's the third piece. Then I'm gonna go up. Okay. Again, see this line here? third line. And go up. And we go up to this one. Okay. Then across. Okay. Then tighten it up. This was a technique I came up with after I quit the taxi driver job. Then the transmission shop hired me after I quit the taxi job, and he had a huge space in his building that he needed done. I didn't know how to measure the letters properly, and Allah, by the grace of Allah, allowed me to see this technique. So, again, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then you got the center T, or across. Okay. Like that. There you go. Okay. A's are a little funny, okay? Because now you have extra space between the base of the A here and the T. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll squeeze it over a little bit more to compensate for that indentation of the A. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's too far over, you know. But I'm not going to do that here. But usually I'll just compensate for that and just bring the T over just slightly a bit. Okay. And then you have, there goes your base for your cat, for the letter, I'm sorry, for the word cat. Okay. There you go. And again, what I would do at this point is just clean it up. Just clean it up. We really don't have to clean it up because this is just so you can get the foundation on it. Just so you can get the foundation. Once you get the foundation, then it's just about building it from there. That's cleaned up. And there goes the basic lettering, cat. You get it. You get the point. Okay. But you see that T is a little over. I would definitely want to bring that T over a little bit more. But keep that in mind with your A's, with your W's, with your letter V's. You're gonna have those issues. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your lettering to compensate for that. A lot of the stuff you can do on the fly. Don't be so meticulous to the point that there's wiggle room here. If you could stretch out one letter a little bit slightly more than the other, or there's a lot of things that people are not going to pick up. But you don't have to be like computerized with it. You're going to clean it up when you dress up the letters. Okay. So that's that. I believe you asked about 3-dimensional letters. So we'll do some 3D letters now. Okay, so for 3D letters, you're going to just, do a perspective. Let's say, for example, it's the same concept though. Okay. But you're just doing it at a perspective now. Okay. Okay. Now, then we'll do, let's just keep it simple. Let's do 2 letters now. Let's do 3. We'll do track and then, okay. Now the only difference is now you're at a perspective, you have this angle here. Okay. Again, we're going to go 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, you follow me? Now we're going to divide the letters. I'm doing this just so you can see. Okay, those are going to be the letters here. One letter, Okay, let's do the C. Curve, curve, okay. So make sure your lines are parallel to your other lines here. Actually, I want to bring it down a little bit more. Got me? There we go. I'm going to go over to the A. We're going to start the A with the top part. We go from the corner right to the other corner. Then from here, we're going to go right to the end of that line there, to the third line. We're going to bring it up to the third line. I'm sorry, to the line there. Bring it up. Bring it up. And then we're going to come across. Being mindful to be very parallel with your lines. Okay? The A. Then the C we're going to bring over. Then I'm going to compensate a little bit. Being parallel with this line and going all the way across. Okay? That's the center part of your T. Okay? Now you got to make sure this line, you have to make sure this line is parallel with this line. Okay? Look at this line here. Those are important lines. You got to make sure your line is parallel with that. Okay? Parallel. Parallel. That's dropping down, so make sure you're dropping down. You're looking at this line here. Dropping down. This one's going up a little bit. Going up. This one's going that way. You're following that line. Okay? Don't put this line down here, and don't put the other line in the other way. You have to be very mindful of how these lines are lining up with all the lines. That's what's going to make it pretty. Curve around. See? Curve around. Curving the C. Curving. But you have to draw that parallel line. And curve around. Okay? Now we have the base. Let's clean it up. By the grace of Allah, wallahi, this is something that by the grace of Allah allowed me to see this technique. I've never seen this done. No, I've never seen it done this way before. And I don't take credit for that. You know what I mean? That's strictly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm grateful that He showed me that. There's another line that should be parallel down here as well, so I'm just going to put it in with the black. And just clean it up. Okay. Just clean it up so you can get that rock solid better. Okay. I'm going to clean it up here as well. Okay. I'm going to clean it up here. Okay, clean it up here. I think we pretty much have it. This right here, that C, how thick are these letters? So I want that C to go all the way back, just to be a little bit thicker. Okay. Now that we have that, that's your 3D. Okay, let's clean this up in here. Actually, I want to bring that A in the back. I want that A to show where it's actually coming through. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's clean it up a little bit more. Now with 3D is all about the lighting. Perspective is very important, but the lighting is just as important. That's what's really going to make it pop. So just cleaning it up a little bit more. Now I want to have a glow from behind. A back glow. So that back glow is going to come like this. Okay. I'm just gonna protrude out. It's gonna protrude out. It's gonna protrude out. Okay. So from here, it's gonna protrude. It's gonna be shooting out from the back here. So you're gonna have a little bit coming through here as well. Okay. And since it's the light is coming from back here, this is gonna be dark here. This is gonna be slightly lighter on the side. So we're just gonna mist it. So there could be a differentiation between the back and the sides. Okay. Now I want to create a greater contrast. So what I'm going to do is go back with the black just to create a stronger contrast. Make the scenery here. There's a little moon here. So real quick, you know. The clouds, maybe. Again, this is just real time. I'm not speeding this up. Sorry if it's a long video, but I want you to see how this is done real time. Just cleaning up, creating contrast. I don't want to go too crazy. You get the concept. This is over now. It's too. Just so you get a basic idea. Yeah, let me stop. Oh my God! Stop! Okay. Okay. All right. So you got a basic idea. 3D. All right. That's that. 30 minutes. We have 16 minutes. Next we want to do is the squirrel quill. This is your squirrel quill brush. You got to get a brush cleaner. They sell this at Jerry's Artist Outlet. It's a brush. It's a basic brush cleaner. It has like a little screen bottom here that allows for the residue. I'm pretty sure you know about this one. For the dirt to go down to the bottom. When you do it, okay, spin your brush. Spin your brush. See that? You want it to open up. So make sure you spin. This is a squirrel quill brush. So make sure you spin it. You want to open up your the hairs, the follicles. The way this works is that the hair is hollow. So on a regular brush, the paint would just go in between the actual bristles. But with squirrel quill, it actually goes between the bristles and inside of the bristles. So it allows it to really stretch. You can load this brush up. Okay. So I don't know what color I'm gonna go with. Maybe just white. This white is real thin. I usually use house paint and thin it down so it's not as thin, but this is airbrush paint. So I don't even know if this is really good to. We're gonna try it. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm paleting the brush. Okay. Making sure that it's in it. Sometimes I'll let the brush sit in the paint for about 5-10 minutes, just so it can really soak up in between the hairs and inside of the hairs. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to create a base. This is your training wheel. The pinky is going to be your training wheel. When you pull a brush, you do not look at where you're painting. Okay, look at where you're going. Don't look at where you're at. When you look at where you're at, you're gonna screw up. Okay, look at where you want to go. Your hand up normally follow. Okay. See how that is beating up? It shouldn't beat up like that. Use house paint. You wouldn't have that problem. Okay. And again, what you're painting with is the edge of the brush, not here. You're painting with the edge of the brush. Okay. Sometimes I'll use my pinky, sometimes I won't. You don't have to always use it. But that tip right here, that tip really gets a sharp edge. I don't know if you can see that. But you can really tighten it up. I'm not going to spend too much time here tightening it up. You get the point. I mean, this thing will look like it was printed on vinyl. That's how tight these lines can get. Don't be afraid to pull it. It's really hard to go get a crooked line with these brushes. Okay. Again, it's just so you can see how a SQUIRREL quill works. Great for outlines, great for fills. They're just all around workhorses. Okay. When I'm done here, clean it out. Okay. Rinse it out, drain it out, then spin it. Make sure all the paint is out of it. Don't leave nothing in there. These things are very sensitive, but they will last a long time if you maintain them well. Okay. What I'm gonna do is spin it. Okay. It's fluffy. It's ready to be put away. Okay. Inshallah, that helps you out. I think that's everything. I believe that's everything. Okay. Lettering, basic lettering, 3D lettering. SQUIRREL quill. Yeah, I think that's it. If I missed anything, let me know, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.